Now, let's talk about my view why MMA is not martial arts. Then a lot of people confuse about what is martial arts, what is not a martial art. And there's a lot of people out here think MMA is a martial art. But to me, this is not a martial art. Now, here's the reason why. People confuse about what I say, why MMA is not martial arts. Now, if you look at boxing, you all know that's part of the reason why boxing is not martial art. Now you get it? That boxing is not a martial art, but yet they demonstrate true talent and skill that will get you a high level like Floyd Mayweather. And I consider that a closer to martial arts. I do not say Mayweather's a martial arts. He's close to the martial arts. The way he movements are. That I'm very highly inspired by that. That's why I was able to mimic him good. Now, if you look at wrestling, it's not martial art. If you look at martial sports like taekwondo, karate, judo, this is not a martial art. It's a sport. It could be, yes, closer to martial arts, but yet, here's the reason why I say these stuff is not martial arts. Because it's a sport with rules and regulations. But yet, very limited and put in a disadvantage. Well, MMA, yes, is it dangerous, but yet there's limitation in MMA. Rules, regulation, and limitation. That's part of the reason why MMA is not martial art. Okay, wrestling is not martial art. Every single martial sports out here is not martial art. Or combat sports out here is not martial art. Why? And that's the reason why, like, if you put that as mixed combat sports, it makes total sense. Just don't call it martial arts. What they do is disgrace the martial arts, destroys the reputation for martial arts. Here's the reason why. If you call it mixed combat sport, I don't have a problem with that. If you call it UFC, that's literally called, I don't have a problem with that, you know. But do not call it martial arts or mixed martial arts. Here's the reason why I say don't call it martial arts. You see in a cage that happens, or just call cage fighting. That's it. Don't call it martial art. Okay? I want to make this clear. Don't call it martial art. If it's a real mixed martial art, go be versatile in the styles of martial art. You could integrate with boxing, no problem. You could integrate with kickboxing, no problem. I also forgot to say, kickboxing is not martial arts too. Muay Thai is not martial arts. But even though like boxing is not martial arts, but if you look at Bruce Lee, he integrates boxing a lot, and he's a versatile in martial arts. If you look at Bruce Lee, he's very versatile in martial arts. Donnie Yen, he's very versatile in martial arts. Now, if you look at MMA, it's not a martial art. As far as martial aspect, yes, MMA has that. Do they have an art aspect? No, they don't. The reason why is like they're violent, ground and pound. Ground and pound. If you are really mixed martial arts, though, it's not a sport. It's real stuff. Like, and there's no problem. I don't mind there's ground fighting. There's no problem with ground fighting. If people pound on the ground, there's no problem. We got to get ready against that because bullies love to do this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Bullies love to do this stuff, ground and pound. That, you got to be ready against ground and pound. And here's the reason why, because I see this stuff as problems like there's MMA fighters out here. They knew how to head movement like a boxer. Not quite good as a boxer, but they know how to head movement. But when it comes to ground, they don't know how to do head movements there. You know? got to know how to do head movements against ground and pound. That's very important. There's bullies out here who do that and stuff. Here's the reason why MMA is not martial arts. They break the golden rules by pounding people after knock them down. That's not martial arts. If you look at the Bruce Lee movies closely, Bruce Lee movies, you saw Chuck Norris versus Bruce Lee, right? In the fight, Chuck Norris knocked him down, let him back up. Bruce Lee knocked him down, let him back up. Bruce Lee literally do that. Because the reason why Bruce Lee literally do that, because they use boxing rules. If they fight against each other, there's no referees in the street. There's another thing, there's no referees on the street. And you could have killed someone easily. Now that's part of the reason why, as a real martial arts, using self-control any means necessary. Know when to stop. You gotta think for yourself. If you see him out, don't go no more. Leave him alone. That's it. Don't ground and pound him. That's why you don't call this stuff martial arts. If it's a mixed combat sport, I do not have a problem with that. Just call that. It's separate from that. It's the best, in my personal opinion, with that. And the reason why I speak like this is because I care about martial arts so much. And martial arts needs to separate from mixed combat sports and martial arts. Even though I'm being too passionate with that, I gotta be respectful if I can, because, but at the same time, I'm addressing things to open people's eyes. Because MMA is far more violent than martial arts. There's another thing too why MMA is not a martial arts. There's far too limitations. And they can be deadlier than real martial arts like Bruce Lee Taekwondo? No. They could be lethal as real Kung Fu? No. They can't. You see, there's too many rules out here. More rules than I thought would be. That's why real martial arts have been trained a lot more lethal techniques than MMA, but yet they're peaceful. What MMA doing? They train just violence, but yet they're not peaceful. Usually, most of them, they're not peaceful. There's some nice people practice MMA, and I met a lot of nice people. I have been hanging out with MMA fighters. They're literally, the MMA fighters I've been hanging out with, they're literally nice people. You know what I'm saying? Very nice people. Fun to hang out with. And at the same time, I do not care if my old friend practices MMA. I don't. But it's in them, it's in them. But for me, it's different. That's why I'm doing my own thing. You know what I'm saying? But I do not like how this stuff labels like mixed martial arts. It's not martial arts. If you call it mixed martial sports, I respect that. If you call it mixed combat sport, I respect that. Do not call it martial arts. Period. You gotta separate from that once again. Okay? So I will not want to do this stuff to destroy the reputation for UFC or any type of cage fighting company. I don't like to call it MMA. But if you call it from mixed martial arts into mixed combat sport or mixed martial sport, that would be great. And separate from martial arts. And separate from that. That's what we have to do. Separate from martial arts and combat sports. Combat sports, there's rules. Real martial arts, there's no limitation, no rules. But yet, well-disciplined, well-trained. And as far as a spirit-wise, MMA do not have that. Or a lot of combat sports do not have that. They're like, have the money, the fame, strong ego, that's not the way, you know. Mayweather's one of them, money, the fame, and strong ego. But I respect Mayweather a lot more. Because with his true boxing skill and talent he does. But a lot of MMA fighters is a different story. Here's another thing why MMA is not martial arts. They don't execute technique properly. A lot of them don't. Look at Anderson Silva, for example. He's a 5th degree black belt in Taekwondo himself. Been in Taekwondo for 20 years. And end up being a sellout to do kicks like that. That's not proper way. What happened is Anderson Silva breaking his leg gruesomely. Oh, when I look at that, I do not want to see that. I don't at all. That broken leg like that is nasty. Oh God, I do not want to see that stuff. Hurts me when I look at stuff. But I know the fact why you don't kick properly. When they don't kick properly, they end up break their leg like that. Oh, I don't want to see this. Like I say, man, it hurts me when I look at stuff. That's why you need to kick properly. I'm talking about real Taekwondo's known for kicking properly. Got like Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris, myself, Donnie Yen, Jean-Claude Van Damme. They kick properly. Anderson Silva, even though he's a black belt Taekwondo, 5th degree black belt Taekwondo, he kick it properly. That's why he broke his leg nasty. That's why I don't like the idea of kicking, because it's lack of discipline, lack of proper techniques, lack of realness to it. And another thing why MMA is not martial arts, if you look at, here's part of the reason why Taekwondo is not martial arts. The sport, Olympic style Taekwondo is not martial art. Because a lot of MMA fighters, a lot of Taekwondo fighters, they kick with the 45-degree roundhouse kicks. That's the most garbage roundhouse kicks I ever saw. I don't like the idea of that. I've done it before myself. I really hate that. Turn to right now. Ever since I've been learning good techniques, you know. Because me, I love to move forward with good techniques. I don't look into kick with 45-degree roundhouse kick that look like front kicks, because it hurts your ACL. Especially I hurt my knee. After that, my knees are too sensitive for that. I don't know about other people's knees are sensitive. Like Bruce Lee said, knees are very sensitive no matter who they are. Bruce Lee says that knees are sensitive. That means, with my view, knees are very sensitive no matter who they are. No matter who you are. You could do this and you could be not injured. Sooner or later, you go get injury. You go tear your ACL. You will not have that power. You're not going to have that speed. Okay? Just, it's not there. You're not going to have that reach. According to my experiences, I'm going to talk about the other video. And like I said, other video, the MMA is not martial arts. And you got to know what's the martial and the art is, because I've been talking about the other video. You know what I'm saying? What's the meaning of martial arts? You know what I'm saying? And another thing too, I gotta address this. If that cage fighter were have violent behavior, injected steroids, painkillers, performance enhancement, with aggressive behavior, but yet they call it martial art, to me it's wrong. So once again, those cage fighter organizations, you gotta think about change the label from mixed martial arts into mixed martial sport, or from mixed martial arts into mixed combat sport. That to me makes total sense if you label that. That separates away from the martial art. That's what you need to aim towards that. If it's really a real mixed martial art, it's a being versatile in martial arts, like Bruce Lee example. If you be real mixed martial arts, you gotta be fight with every single weapons, train every single weapons. That's real mixed martial arts. If you call it real mixed martial arts, it has guns. If you call it real mixed martial arts, it's no limitations. Like how Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do is. How real Kung Fu is. That to me is a real mixed martial art. And I would not like to call it mixed martial arts because it's already been labeled. I like to call it versatile martial arts. Versatile martial arts, it's good because you got to be versatile what you do. Like myself, I'm not just a taekwondo guy with kicks and stuff. I've been practicing boxing. That's why Mayweather what he does. I've been practicing kung fu. I've been practicing capoeira. Integrate with that. I've been practicing different types of kung fu. I've been doing hapkido. I've been doing weapons. And I'm looking for into the guns because I also been practicing some Kali's stick fighting. That I like to integrate them with that because integrate with a martial art is a beautiful thing to do. That's why I love to call it versatile martial arts. That's what I love because learn to be versatile equals there's no style as a style what Bruce Lee stated. No limitation as limitations. That's what Bruce Lee stated. Certain things, yes, could be limited on certain things, yeah. But most part, as when it comes to martial arts styles, when it comes to martial arts, there's no limitation as limitation. That you want to aim towards, no limitation as limitation. Here's another thing, why MMA is not martial arts, but as far as a board short is concerned, I'd rather promote that than a spandex underwear or Speedo. Speedo. Excuse me, okay? Because if people love Speedos, man, I apologize for that. Okay? Because I'm a type of person, honestly, laugh, man. Because sports shorts, I big time promote that. Now, take a look at game of basketball. Boxing, created by a European people or white people. I don't want to be racist, but that's been created by. I do not know his name, is this and that. Used to be racist that time about game of basketball and stuff. Now, blacks been dominating the sport of boxing, basketball, and football. They've been dominating all that. And they got nowhere else to go. That's why I have MMA. And Michael Jordan was rebel against short shorts into a long baggy shorts. Into that game. And you see in basketball, you don't see no short shorts anymore. You see long baggy shorts. And with me, I love baggy stuff. You know what I'm saying? I love baggy stuff. I do not like spandex underwear. The reason why they create MMA for because in America, that way they don't let blacks in the ways of black dominate sport. They don't want blacks in there and take away our sports that they created, like happened to boxing, football, and basketball. They want to keep as a white person, you know. If you want to have a Brazilian person dominate equal as a white person dominate or black people dominate, I'm cool with that. You know. And that's plans are like. You know, like a lot of blacks in because it's nothing to do with the skills. You all know that black is hands down are ridiculously athletic, ridiculously, from basketball, boxing, and I respect that. But it's not about their skills. This is about their clothes and stuff. Like far as spandex underwear concerned, I don't promote that. And who go fight in the spandex underwear anyways? In the street? It'll be humiliating, you know? And I will not fight in the underwears or speedos, wherever. It's irrelevant in a street fight. Boy shorts alone is pretty relevant. Another thing too why MMA is not martial arts. They don't wear shoes. Back in the day, you see, you used to wear shoes. Now, they don't wear no shoes. Can you kick with barefoot or fight with barefoot in the street? Oh, it will be cuts and stuff or blisters. Oh, no fun. You might hurt yourself anyhow. That's why me, literally, I love wearing shoes. I love wearing shoes for training right now. That's what real Kung Fu do, wearing shoes. If you watch Bruce Lee movies, they wear shoes. You know? And I love wearing shoes. When I'm training, when I'm sparring, when I do everything. When you weightlift, you have to wear shoes. Otherwise, you go hurt your broken foot. I know people out there like to run with a bare foot, but you gonna hurt your foot, literally. So I recommend you wearing shoes into that. That's why I love wearing shoes, regardless of when it comes to martial arts. I don't like to be in the barefoot, and I don't like it anymore. I used to be, but I'm not the same. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. That's why I love wearing shoes. The reason why? Because it's safe for me, but yet gives me realistic feeling. Because especially winter, oh my gosh, I get cold feet. You know, would you want to fight in a cold winter and you're in the snow with barefoot? Oh, it will be painful to death, man. So I would not recommend that, barefoot in the winter. And reason why MMA is not martial arts now, let's get to that. I see it's really sad that Bruce Lee stated that he's a father of MMA. To me, he's not a father of MMA. He's not. There's people out here says that the idealistic as a mixed martial arts, you know, this and that. And Bruce Lee's with Jeet Kune Do as the first MMA. Well, I like to call it versatile martial arts. They built idealistic with it there. For sure. If you listen to Gene LaBelle, Bruce Lee, and he said that I agree with Gene LaBelle. Bruce Lee's not a father of MMA. But I disagree with that. People out here said that MMA, Bruce Lee's a father of MMA because they created stuff. Like, I can't remember what they say, but me, I disagree with that. And Bruce Lee is not a father of MMA. And another thing, like Shen Li in the past, you know, something that I've been disappointed about that. Like, also, she's a good friend with Dana White, and she make money off of Bruce Lee by using Bruce Lee video games and stuff. But right now, she's not that anymore. I haven't heard nothing from that for years, so it's all in the past. When I look at that is how MMA is. It's not a martial arts. And if you look at Bruce Lee's first fight scene, like Enter the Dragon, there's people who say, oh, it's MMA. It's not MMA. It's Jeet Kune Do. Look at his tombstone, where he buried at. He's a founder of Jeet Kune Do. No limitation. That's Bruce Lee. That shows that he don't create MMA. And Royce Gracie should be a father of MMA, in my opinion. Royce Gracie is. Not Bruce Lee, Royce Gracie. And Bruce Lee, he's just a founder of Jeet Kune Do. It's a versatile martial arts. That's what Bruce Lee is, not MMA. So if you look at the Enter the Dragon, on the first fight scene, say, oh, it's MMA. They wearing gloves. Oh, it's MMA. If you look at the glove, that's the Jikundo gloves. Way thicker than MMA gloves. Way thicker. It's nothing to do with MMA. It's not MMA. You see closely. This is not. He wearing those Spanish shorts and stuff. Yes, I agree to that. But more likely, no. I'm going to speak about that in the other video about Bruce Lee did not promote cage fighting. That gotta wake up. Now, as far as a real martial arts is concerned, they've been practicing real lethal combat techniques. They've been trained to be fit. But yet, they kept it peaceful, creativity, learned the spiritual. They don't inject no steroids or other drugs to make themselves stronger. They end up work out with natural way to be fit. And another reason why compared to real martial arts, that why MMA is not martial arts, because MMA is not safe. It's very dangerous with concussions. Like boxers known for getting that. Football players. And even and MMA, the worst. That leads to early death. That I do not recommend going to that. Especially as a parent, gotta know better what to put the kids in. Do not put your kids in football, boxing, and MMA. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay to learn boxing technique. I'm cool with that. But not boxing as a sport, not football as a sport, not MMA as a sport. And then and I don't not like to call it MMA anymore. I like to call it mixed combat sports. Reason why I want to call this mixed combat sport, because it makes sense. So I want to continue to speak about, from now on, it's mixed combat sport, not MMA. So I'll go speak about it in the other video, okay?